Get ready to start the countdown of top 4 most valuable coins in the United States, where rare minting errors and hidden treasures turn ordinary pocket change into extraordinary fortune. These coins are highly searched by collectors because of their extreme rarity, unique production mistakes, and unbelievable auction values that can reach thousands and even millions depending on condition. Each coin in this list carries a powerful history and special features that make it stand out from millions of regular coins. From rare mint marks to unexpected errors, these coins show how small details can create massive value in the collecting world. Let's get started. First coin. The Roosevelt 1 dime, dated 1992, with the D mint mark, struck at the Denver Mint. A coin that in normal everyday circulation is extremely common, but in rare exceptional condition or with unusual striking characteristics has gained attention among collectors and online auction hype circles. And in this detailed breakdown, we are focusing on its mint mark, surface condition, circulation status, scratches, very fine grading level, and the dramatic valuation claims that sometimes circulate in today's digital auction market, where certain listings and viral reports have suggested values as high as $510,000 in dollars, although such figures are highly controversial and depend heavily on error authenticity, certification, and third-party grading verification, because in standard numismatic reality, a 1992 Roosevelt dime is mass-produced in the millions, and most examples carry only face value unless they exhibit extraordinary mint errors or flawless proof-like surfaces that elevate their desirability among elite collectors. The D mint mark on this coin indicates it was produced in Denver, which is known for high mintage Roosevelt dimes during the early 1990s. And most of these coins entered circulation widely through banks and daily transactions, meaning that heavy contact, wear, and surface imperfections are extremely common. When examining circulated examples, the coin often shows noticeable abrasions, small scratches, and surface wear, especially on Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse side, where hair detail and facial contours tend to flatten under repeated handling, and on the reverse torch design, where fine lines can lose sharpness over time. In a very fine condition classification, the coin still retains major design details, but shows clear evidence of moderate circulation, including edge wear, light scratches, and a softened strike that reduces sharpness in high-relief areas. However, even within such conditions, certain collectors look for anomalies such as doubled dies, off-center strikes, full torch band separation, or dramatic minting errors that could potentially elevate the coin far beyond its normal market range. And this is where speculative valuation claims begin to appear. Some online auction listings and viral coin reports have suggested that a rare variant of the 1992D Roosevelt dime in exceptionally preserved or error condition could reach astonishing figures like $510,000 in today's market. But experts emphasize that such valuations would require extraordinary certification from major grading companies, perfect strike quality, and verified rarity that separates it from billions of standard minted examples. Scratches on the surface of a coin play a major role in determining its final grade, because even minor abrasions under magnification can reduce collector value significantly. And in circulated Roosevelt dimes, scratches often result from contact with other coins in pockets, vending machines, or handling during transactions. The term circulated itself means the coin has been used in everyday commerce rather than preserved in mint state. And once a coin enters circulation, its chances of achieving ultra-high auction value become extremely limited unless it carries a dramatic minting error or near-perfect preservation despite circulation history. In grading terms, very fine suggests that the coin's major features are still strong, but fine details are partially worn. Roosevelt's hair above the ear may appear flattened, and the torch bands may lack sharp definition. Yet the overall design remains easily recognizable. Collectors who study Roosevelt dimes often focus on subtle variations in strike quality, luster retention, and mint errors rather than standard circulated pieces, which is why most professional numismatists consider extreme valuations for common date 1992D dimes as speculative unless proven otherwise. Still, the fascination continues because the idea that a small, everyday coin could transform into a life-changing asset worth hundreds of thousands of dollars drives massive interest across online platforms. And this specific narrative around the 1992D Roosevelt dime demonstrates how modern coin collecting blends historical mint production data with internet-fueled valuation excitement, ultimately making it important for collectors to always verify authenticity, grading reports, and auction records before accepting high-value claims, because while the coin itself remains an important part of United States mint history, only a very small fraction of examples ever achieve premium auction status, and those cases are strictly documented through certified numismatic channels rather than general circulation assumptions. Next coin, the United States Roosevelt I dime, dated 1970 with the D Mint mark, struck at the Denver Mint. A coin that in standard circulation is extremely common but becomes highly discussed in collector circles when unusual preservation states, mint errors, or exceptional grading conditions are claimed. And in this detailed breakdown, we will examine its mint mark significance, circulated condition, surface scratches, very fine grading level, and the controversial valuation reports that sometimes appear in modern auction discussions, suggesting values as high as $510,000 in dollars, although such figures are not typical for normal examples and usually depend on rare error varieties or extraordinary certification results. The 1970D Roosevelt dime was produced in massive quantities for everyday commerce, meaning billions of these coins entered circulation across the United States, and most of them show clear signs of handling, wear, and contact marks from decades of use. When we analyze a circulated specimen, the first noticeable factor is the surface condition, where scratches appear due to friction between coins in pockets, vending machines, counting machines, and general handling. These scratches often affect the luster and reduce sharpness on Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse side, especially around the hairlines, forehead, and cheek areas where fine detail tends to wear down first. The reverse side, featuring the torch, olive branch, and oak branch, also shows similar wear patterns where the central torch bands may lose definition and fine lines become smoother over time. In a very fine condition grading category, the coin still retains strong major design features, but shows moderate wear across high points, meaning Roosevelt's facial features remain visible but not sharp, and the torch design is still clear but lacks crisp separation in finer details. This grading level is important because it helps determine market value, and most circulated 1970D dimes fall into fine to very fine categories, depending on how long they remained in circulation. The D Mint mark, located on the reverse side near the torch, indicates production at the Denver Mint, which was responsible for producing large quantities of Roosevelt dimes during this period. And coins from this mint are widely available in circulation even today in pocket change or old collections. However, collector interest increases significantly when a coin is reported to have unusual characteristics such as strong strike quality, full torch bands, doubling errors, or proof-like surfaces mistakenly released into circulation. These rare anomalies are what sometimes fuel exaggerated auction claims, including reports circulating online that a 1970D Roosevelt dime in extraordinary condition or with verified mint error status could reach valuations as high as $510,000. But professional numismatic experts emphasize that such valuations would require extremely rare circumstances, third-party grading authentication from major services, and documented auction history to support such a price, because in normal market conditions, a circulated very fine 1970D dime is valued only slightly above face value, often measured in cents to a few dollars, depending on collector demand and eye appeal. Scratches play a critical role in reducing value because even small surface marks, visible under magnification, can downgrade a coin's grade. And grading companies carefully evaluate luster, strike sharpness, contact marks, and overall eye appeal before assigning market value. In circulated coins like this one, the difference between fine, very fine, and extremely fine can significantly change pricing, but still nowhere near the extreme figures sometimes claimed in viral listings. The fascination around such coins often comes from misunderstanding rare error coin economics, where a single verified minting mistake can dramatically increase value. For example, off-center strikes, clipped plunges, or dramatic die errors can sometimes push coins into high auction territory. But these are extremely rare occurrences and must be authenticated. The Roosevelt dime series itself has been in continuous production since 1946 and is one of the most widely collected modern U.S. coin series due to its long history and consistent design, making common dates like 1970D abundant in the marketplace. And while circulated examples remain historically important as part of American monetary circulation, their base value remains modest unless exceptional rarity is proven. Therefore, when discussing a $510,000 valuation for a 1970D Roosevelt dime, it is essential to understand that such a figure represents a speculative or error-based scenario rather than standard market pricing, and collectors are always advised to verify any high-value claim with certified grading reports and reputable auction records before assuming authenticity, because true numismatic value is determined by rarity, condition, demand, and verified provenance rather than viral internet listings or unconfirmed reports. Ultimately, the 1970D Roosevelt dime remains a fascinating piece of American coinage history, representing everyday currency of its era, while also serving as a reminder that even the most common coins can attract extraordinary attention when condition, rarity, and collector excitement intersect in the global coin market. Next coin, the United States Roosevelt one dime, dated 1995 with the P mint mark, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a modern circulating coin that is still commonly found in everyday pocket change but has attracted attention in collector discussions due to claims of rare high-value error examples and exceptional condition specimens that are sometimes reported in online auction hype as reaching extremely high prices, including speculative figures such as $510,000 in today's market. Although in standard numismatic reality, a regular 1995p Roosevelt dime is a mass-produced coin with billions minted, and most examples carry only face value unless they show extraordinary mint errors or near-perfect preservation verified by professional grading services. The P mint mark indicates the coin was produced in Philadelphia, one of the major U.S. mint facilities responsible for large-scale circulation coin production. And because of this high mintage, most 1,995 p dimes entered circulation widely and have been handled extensively over the years, making circulated examples very common when examining a circulated 1,995 Roosevelt dime. The first noticeable aspect is surface wear, which occurs due to continuous friction between coins, contact with machines, and general handling during transactions. This wear gradually softens the sharp details of the design, especially on Roosevelt's portrait, where hairlines, cheek contours, and facial definition begin to lose sharpness. And on the reverse side, where the torch, olive branch, and oak branch design may show reduced detail in fine lines, scratches are another important factor in evaluating condition, as they often appear from contact with other coins or rough surfaces, and these scratches can range from light hairline marks to deeper, visible abrasions that significantly impact the coin's eye appeal and grading level. In a circulated state, this coin typically shows multiple small contact marks across both obverse and reverse surfaces, and these imperfections play a major role in determining its final market value. In a very fine condition classification, the coin still retains strong overall design structure but shows moderate wear on high points, meaning Roosevelt's facial features remain clearly identifiable but lack fine sharpness, and the torch design remains visible but with less definition in detailed areas. This grading level is common for coins that have spent years in circulation and have not been preserved in mint condition. The 1995 Roosevelt dime series is part of a long-running design introduced in 1946, honoring President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and by 1995 production had reached massive scale, making these coins extremely common in the United States monetary system. Most collectors consider this date to be non-rare in standard form, but interest increases when unusual minting errors or exceptional preservation states are discovered, such as off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, or coins that appear unusually clean despite circulation history, and these rare variations are sometimes the reason behind exaggerated valuation claims seen online, including reports suggesting that a 1995 p Roosevelt dime in extraordinary condition or with a verified mint error could reach auction values as high as $510,000. However, such prices would require extremely rare circumstances, certified authentication, and documentation from reputable grading companies, because normal circulated coins do not reach such extreme valuations in legitimate markets. Surface wear combined with scratches significantly reduces coin grade because collectors and grading services prioritize eye appeal, strike quality, and preservation of original mint luster, and even small imperfections under magnification can affect final grading results. In circulated 1995 p dimes, the most common grades are fine and very fine, meaning moderate to noticeable wear, but still strong design visibility, and only a very small number of coins would ever approach uncirculated or mint state levels. The Philadelphia Mint's production standards in 1995 ensured consistent quality, but the sheer volume of coins produced means rarity is not found in standard circulation pieces. Instead, rarity only exists in exceptional error coins or near-perfect preserved examples, which are extremely uncommon and must be verified through professional numismatic channels. The idea of a $510,000 valuation is therefore considered highly speculative and not reflective of normal market conditions, often originating from misinterpretation of error coin stories or viral online listings that do not represent verified auction results. Serious collectors rely on grading services such as PCGS or NGC to confirm authenticity and condition before assigning any high-value estimate, and without such certification, claims of extreme prices should be viewed with caution. Ultimately, the 1995 Roosevelt dime remains an important part of modern U.S. coinage history as a widely circulated currency piece that reflects everyday economic activity rather than rare investment-grade numismatics. And while collector enthusiasm continues to explore the possibility of rare high-value discoveries, true market value is determined by verified rarity, condition, and documented demand, rather than unconfirmed auction speculation. The United States Roosevelt I dime, dated 2005 with the P Mint mark, struck at the Philadelphia Mint, a modern coin that is still commonly found in circulation, but has gained attention in online collector discussions due to claims about rare high-value examples, mint errors, and exceptional condition specimens that are sometimes reported in auction hype as reaching extremely high prices, including speculative figures such as $510,000 in today's dollars. Although such valuations are not representative of normal circulated examples and require extraordinary rarity, verified mint errors, and certified grading confirmation, the 2005 Roosevelt dime is part of the long-running Roosevelt series introduced in 1946 and continues to be one of the most widely produced coins in the United States, meaning billions of examples exist and most are used in everyday transactions. The P Mint mark indicates production at the Philadelphia Mint, which supplies large quantities of coins for national circulation. And because of this massive production, most 2005 P dimes are considered common and hold only face value unless they exhibit exceptional characteristics. When examining a circulated example of this coin, the most important factors are surface wear, scratches, strike quality, and overall condition. Circulated coins typically show clear evidence of handling through vending machines, pocket use, and bank distribution, which results in small scratches and abrasions across the surface. These scratches can be seen on Roosevelt's portrait on the obverse side, where fine details like hair strands, facial contours, and ear definition gradually become smoother due to friction, and on the reverse side, where the torch, olive branch, and oak branch design may lose sharpness in the fine lines. Surface wear is another key indicator of circulation and refers to the gradual flattening of high points on the coin caused by repeated contact over time. In a very fine condition classification, the coin still maintains major design elements clearly visible, but shows moderate wear on the highest points, meaning Roosevelt's face remains identifiable but lacks sharp detail, and the torch design remains intact but with reduced crispness in its finer structure. This level of condition is common for coins that have spent years in active circulation. And while collectors do value better preserved examples, most 2005 P dimes fall within circulated grades such as fine or very fine, making them extremely accessible in the numismatic market. However, in rare cases, collectors and online listings sometimes highlight unusual examples, such as mint errors, off-center strikes, die cracks, or coins that appear to have been preserved in near-mint state despite circulation. And these rare variations are often the source of exaggerated valuation claims, including viral reports suggesting that a 2005 P Roosevelt dime could reach extraordinary auction prices like $510,000. But in professional numismatics, such values would require extremely rare and authenticated error conditions combined with perfect grading from recognized services, because standard circulated coins even in very fine condition, do not reach such extreme valuations. Scratches on the surface significantly affect grading because they reduce eye appeal and lower the overall quality rating assigned by professional grading companies. Even small visible marks under magnification can impact the final market value, and for modern Roosevelt dimes, condition is one of the most important factors determining whether a coin remains face value or gains minor collector premium. The Roosevelt dime series itself is not rare in general circulation, but it becomes interesting when unique minting anomalies occur, such as missing clad layers, doubled dies, or significant striking errors, which are far less common than normal production coins. The Philadelphia Mint produces coins without a visible mint mark in some years, but in 2005, the P designation confirms its origin and standard production quality, and while millions of these coins exist, only a tiny fraction would ever qualify for high-grade or error-based premium pricing. The idea of a $510,000 valuation is therefore considered highly speculative and likely based on misinformation or misidentified error claims rather than verified auction results. Serious collectors and experts rely on third-party grading services and documented auction records to determine true market value, and in most cases, a circulated 2005 P. Roosevelt dime, in very fine condition, remains a low-value coin despite its historical and production significance. Ultimately, this coin represents modern U.S. currency in active use rather than a rare numismatic treasure. And while collector enthusiasm continues to create interest around potential high-value discoveries, real market pricing remains grounded in rarity, condition, and authenticated uniqueness rather than viral online estimates, making it important for collectors to carefully evaluate any high-value claim before assuming authenticity in the competitive world of coin collecting.